Hey, good morning. How y'all doing? It's Well Red Beard. It is a damn fine day to talk about a book, and today we are here for the final review of Game of Thrones Book 5, A Dance with Dragons. Look, if you follow me, you know that I didn't love this. I didn't love the series. I think I looked for, I guess, maybe more enjoyment from the alternate or from the parts of the story that were going to be different than the show, and really anything there that is different kind of just fell flat for me. I was looking for more detail on parts that I enjoyed. One thing I keep keying in on when it comes to that is the Arya scenes with the faceless men, and all that. And really you didn't get anything more there. And that's what I find on most of the story in general is there wasn't any more detail because it was in the book format. I mean, most things, a lot of things, let's be honest, really follow the show, or the show follows the book perfectly for the most part up to a certain point, and then there are some differences. So again, I bought this set of books, and I wanted to read them. I wanted to be able to say, yes, I've read the Game of Thrones books. I mean, hindsight, I'm not gonna say I wish I hadn't, but I've spent thousands of pages on a story that is unfinished, and I feel bad really like digging on that because there are hardcore super fans out there, and I guess I'm not one. I'm not really a fantasy reader. I don't read a lot of fantasy. I mean, I've read, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and I've read, a couple other things, but I just don't do a lot of these types of just massive alternate world type books. But for me, it it just fell flat as a whole. Now let's focus on the final book first. But and this won't really be spoiler free. Like, I'm kind of assuming if you're here, you've seen the show. I mean, the major differences at this point are, I mean, some storylines that are combined for the show are separated in the book, I guess. And really, when I say that, all I'm really talking about is the Jon Snow part. The fact that we know, like later on from the show, that what his lineage really is, and maybe we're going somewhere they're similar, but we can't be because of a certain other character that's introduced in this book, and they refer to him as young Griff, but we're it's alluded to the fact that he is Aegon Targaryen. So he's actually the real heir to the throne. I don't know. I mean, some other differences are the whole Sansa Stark thing. Like, she's still in the Vale. She never left the Vale, although we feel like we're getting close to the Battle of the Bastards. Ramsay Bolton has someone else that he's marrying that is actually masquerading as Arya Stark, not Sansa. Sansa is masquerading as Baelish's like niece. And forgive me if I'm not perfect on this stuff because again, it's a lot of story, and I just really, to be honest with you, I kind of slogged through it. I kind of got to a point where I was like, I've read the first four. I can't really leave book five unread. So I'm just going to give you a couple like details. Again, not trying to be spoiler free here. John is left where he was left in, maybe it was season five of the show. I'm not exactly sure on that, but John has been for the watch, by the other members of the Night Watch. And I mean, I guess maybe there are hints that that's not the end for him. But again, I remember what that felt like in the show because when I watched the show, I hadn't read the books. I rem I guess I hadn't really put two and two together that the Melisandre or whatever was there, and that this story could go a different way. But uh, Cersei has done her shame walk. Very, very key moment from the show. But she has done her shame walk. That stuff feels pretty the same, pretty much the same. And Daenerys has just rode, I think it was Drogon, just rode a dragon for the first time, but she's like lost in the Dothraki Sea. Arya's still with the Faceless Men. We see her; she's got her sight back now. But again, everything's just left in limbo, and I guess that is the way these things go in an unfinished series. But I guess I would say that I hate cliffhangers. I think I mean, I hate them. I mean, I love book series, but they got to kind of wrap up what they're doing. Of course, and I guess one of my favorites is Lord of the Rings, and it necessarily didn't do that. But I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, I feel like the books kind of left you in a not on a serious cliff. I mean, I'll use Harry Potter as an example. All those books kind of wrap up. Like the story for that one wraps up, and we know there's more to come, but you're not left on this major cliff. And this, I mean, everything, nothing's tied up. I mean, the fate of our characters is completely unknown, and it's easy to say that's okay because we all saw the show, but that's kind of weird, right? Like because had there not been one, had there not been a show, and we were sitting here with this in the state that it leaves us in, I don't know. Just I didn't love it. I mean, so much so that I know George R. R. Martin's got some. I mean, I kind of thought about reading the other book, the A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, which I think is a prequel. Maybe, yeah, I think it's a prequel. But I just don't know that it's for me. So, this is going to be I've been talking for a while. This was supposed to be a fairly short video, but I mean, all in all, I mean, I love the first book. First book follows the show pretty much to a T. I really liked the first book. I mean, I think I gave it 4 stars. Book two, I think I gave it three. I mean, it was okay. It was good. It advanced the story fine. The third book is where a lot of big stuff happens. I mean, a lot of big stuff. The death of Tywin Lannister, the Red Wedding, the Mountain versus Oberon, the Peter Baelish versus oh hell, I'm drawing a blank. Catelyn Stark's sister, Lysa Arryn. All that there, and there's more, but a lot of big stuff happens in book three, and then book four was horrible for me because book four and book five take place at the same time, like they're happening at the same time, but they focus on different characters, and book four really doesn't spend time with any of the characters that I like to say I care about. You get a lot of Cersei and Jaime, which I care about, but a lot of Brienne of Tarth, a lot of I don't want to misspeak. I think you spend some time with Davos and all these. You get a lot about the Greyjoys. You get a lot about the Martells. I think. Whereas really I care about Jon and Sansa and Arya and Daenerys. But that's kind of the parts of the Tyrion. That's kind of the parts of the stories that I'm wanting to get to, and for the most part, they're just non-existent in this book, in book four, which is A Feast of Crows. And book five, again, gives you those bits about those characters, gives you chapters on those characters, but um, again, just a lot of side story about the Greyjoys. I mean, Asha and Euron and all that stuff, and then the Ramsay Bolton Reek stuff, Ramsay Bolton Theon Greyjoy stuff, and I don't know. I mean, it just fell a bit flat for me, and knowing that it's like if I knew that this was finished, and I knew that okay, this is where we're at, but we're going to have an alternate ending because, of course, the books were written before the show. But I mean, that's not the case. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. I'd probably be in a bit better feeling about the overall thing. But I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. Well, what do you think? I mean, if you're watching this and you're a true fantasy reader, like how did this leave you? I mean, and how did that feel to be 5 books into a series and then to have the show kind of like overtake it and then the book series kind of be abandoned. I mean, that's my understanding, and if I'm wrong, tell me. But it's that the book series is basically abandoned. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. But yeah, just in closing, look, I love the lore. I love the setting. I love the Seven Kingdoms. I like the layout of the land, the geography, the maps. I really like that stuff. I love the wall and the north and all that stuff. I really liked this book. Really liked this book. Is that right? Is that the right order? Yeah. So I really liked A Game of Thrones and A Storm of Swords. I liked Clash of Kings and Dance with Dragons, all right, and then Feast for Crows was a big sloggy drag for me. But anyway, I'd love to hear your opinion, what you thought about it. I've read them all now, so they can go up around the shelf and never be pulled down again. Anyway, this is Well Red Beard. I was 3 stars on A Dance with Dragons. I mean, I guess all in all, I would be 3.5 maybe on the series because I did 4 star like a couple, but I did 2 star like one. So George R. R. Martin, A Game of Thrones, complete. I can check it off my list, and that's a good thing. All right, appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're enjoying all your books as much as I am. If not, you're reading the wrong damn books.